Damn. This, I like to think that our openers set the tone for the day.
Boy, that's quite a tone there.
Yeah. Yeah, that is quite the tone. That has many meanings.
Plague of Carcosa.
What the fuck that means? Carcosa's got to be like a place, right?
I have no idea.
Sounds like a really awesome nickname for an MMA fighter. Plague of Carcosa.
Or sounds like something you need to get treated for.
The Bane of Poughkeepsie. That'd be mine.
Oh, shit, why not? It's the John Jones's birthday today.
No shit.
Yeah, one of the best fighters to ever live.
God, fucking...
And a reasonably good human being.
Has the dude almost made it an entire year without getting his ass in trouble?
Yeah.
Well, that's reason to celebrate in itself.
I say it, roll him back out in front of the kids to be a role model again.
Yeah, he can go read books to the children's. God, man. You know, we were watching that video last night about Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia, that angry fucking guy, D'Elia. Right. Talking shit about Albuquerque.
D'Elia.
Yeah. That's such a weird fucking name.
I'm not a fan, so I never committed to memory. So.
He's great when he's with somebody else. By himself, he's a little bit much to swallow. But like when we were listening to that podcast with Bobby Lee, that was pretty good.
Right.
That was him and Chris D'Elia. Right? I'll never say his name right. But he was like just basically talking about what a shithole Albuquerque is. And one of his fucking prime residents did, hit a pregnant woman. Came back for his sweet drugs because it had to be good shit to come back for it.
Well, let's not forget the money,
God, I figured the money's disposable. He was a champ. He's the man.
Yeah. And allegedly yelled, "Sorry, lady." So I figured, John Jones is a humanitarian.
I'm surprised they even got that. An apology.
Give that man the Medal of Freedom Award.
He should have a day named after him in Albuquerque.
Right. Put on an entire day. Like rubbing over one like that they normally would do. Because when Holly Holm got the championship, they wiped out Native American Appreciation Day for a blonde white fighter.
Yep.
Why not?
And then Holly Holm gets choked out.
Yeah.
And so does her day.
By a woman with enormous cans.
So does her day. Is that even still a thing?
No, it was just one day.
Oh, good.
But they had wiped it out. Yeah, it was 2015, yeah?
Yeah, whenever she fucking shocked the world. Where's Carlos Condit Day?
He doesn't get one.
Guess not. Diego Sanchez Day. That guy needs one now.
Yeah. Well, he needs some. Maybe some new coaching.
Yeah, and actual coaches, not people that live out of their van by the fucking river.
Yeah, that guy was like a fashion designer or some shit.
I have no idea, but it's right up there with Connor getting that goddamn movement coach.
Yeah, it was a lifestyle coach. The guy was a lifestyle coach,
right?
Which apparently it didn't work too well for him because Michael Chiesa looked like he knew how to fight.
Yeah, and of course on that day, that would be the Michael Chiesa. But I don't know, man. Diego's weird. He's a weird man.
Yeah.
Ever since he came to the octagon with the goddamn cross in the air, like he was about to crucify a bitch, you knew this fighter was on a different level. Maybe not on a higher level than others, but on a different level.
It was kind of weirded me out watching the NFL, but it's even weirder watching MMA. When a fighter wins, like, first of all, I'd like to thank my Lord Savior Jesus for helping me maul this motherfucker for 15 solid minutes, as one does, as dictated by the Bible.
It's like if you don't, God's going to be pissed.
That just seems weird props to throw,
Yeah. Well, it's weird to thank God for anything in a professional sport.
Yeah. Kind of the outcome, because clearly... there's a lot of war and pestilence, and why not focus on sporting events?
Yeah, be like I'd like to thank my coaching staff, for helping me get to be this kick-ass and scoring shit. And I'll see y'all in church on Sunday, right?
That would probably be all right, but kind of just lay credit down where the whole what was it, turn the other cheek or something like that? No, get their back and choke them out. I think that's the parable in there.
I think so. And it's far more effective than anything else you'd hear.
Not that I'm here to bang religion, but it just seems a little odd to me.
I don't think we're banging religion. I think we're just making light of the odd fact of its prevalence in sport.
Well, although I guess the door is open for it. I went to Walmart earlier today to score some beer.
Score some beer.
Score a 2-4.
Scored 2-4 grams of high-end liquor.
But and I came out and they have these guys, and I kind of feel sorry
for them. The tent people, yeah.
Yeah, they set up a little tent and they're like a rehab and recovery lifestyle thing, whatever.
Oh, like people at Tren Diego.
Well, these guys are like all of them, like apparently either were in prison or jail or whatever, but all of them
Is
were
that why
addicts.
they looked like moderately gnarly?
Yeah, but they were all addicts, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Hey, could you help us out?" And I was like, "Only thing I had in my cart was beer." You know, like I don't want to really be that guy.
They'd be like, "No, see, we're on different sides of the fence, man."
I was like, I don't have any money. I'm I'm a card.
You want a beer?
Yeah, I was like, I have really nothing. You know.
It's funny. I'm always on my phone when those guys are out there. I'm always on my cell phone. It's weird.
They don't bother you.
I always get a phone call.
Well, it's weird to me. They don't bother you when you're walking in. It's when you're coming out.
Yeah, because they're banking on the fact that you might have paid with cash. Guess what, motherfuckers?
I live in 2019. I don't use cash.
And if you have a card reader, I'm still not going to use it because I'm not going to give you my card information, you goddamn recovering addict.
What is this, fucking Bermuda?
Give me some money.
Yeah.
Give me $1.
Yeah. Anyway, but I mean, I give him my old, hey, man, thanks, but, yeah, no cash.
Yeah. It's
no
always,
dinero.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I feel bad for him because, I mean, clearly these guys are trying to straighten up their act, and you only see them in the summer, so I don't know what's up with that, but.
Yeah, they were selling T-shirts or something. Right?
Yeah, it's usually like wooden crosses.
Wooden
stuff,
crosses.
right?
That's the ones that always give me pause. The wooden cross salesman.
It's like I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Burn it.
Well, let's not go that far.
Turn it upside down in the living room.
If you were in the band Slayer, yeah.
Which, by the way, only did it for the lulz, apparently.
But they're legitimately people that are trying. Man, I got a fucking wacky little tale from today. I was doing my day job. I've got to interview people and shit like that, where they're talking about organizations or whatever. Yeah. I know I have been in the presence of those on meth before, but those were not necessarily people where you go, like, spot it. I mean, nothing like that. You just had your suspicions. It's like, this motherfucker's on something.
A flag is up. You're just not sure what.
We'd had this individual come in promoting an event, and she what's the words I'm looking for? She looked like shit.
Hot press shit?
And former coworker, no less, too.
Oh, really?
Several years ago.
Oh, okay.
And now, I had always known this individual for running into her in a public place, and she would always smell like vodka, like at 9 in the morning,
So she even had issues when she was an employee at this place.
Yeah, after. I mean, yeah.
Okay, when you ran into her after her.
Yeah, because, I mean, I would get done with I'd hit my lunch break, and I'd go to buy things at the Walmart. Fucking I'd run into her in public and go, oh, my God, this is an individual that woke up drinking.
We can respect that.
But, well, kind of. But
not when it's vodka.
But to encounter this individual, it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like rosacea on every exposed piece of skin, right? And quite jittery, and was the
jaw going.
She used to be very succinct and slurring.
Fucking shit.
Teeth look like fucking pork and beans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And the funny thing is, because then, whatever. It did that whole thing, got her out of there. And then a deputy came in from the sheriff's office here that, we have on every week. I was like, hey, just curious, spitballing here. What are the signs of, like, when someone is on meth? And he laid it right out. It's like, there it is. Every fucking one. She hit it. Ding, ding, ding. Check them off.
God, man.
I mean, literally looking like some shit from film footage from 1945 when they opened up the concentration camps.
God,
like her arms like fucking about as big around as summer sausage.
I'll never understand meth. I'll just never get it.
That's the other thing too. So I was talking to the dude that does this show with me in the morning, but it's like I don't even know what possesses a person. You're hanging out at somebody's house or a party or whatever. It's like, hey. You want some like weird toxic chemicals in your body? Yeah, fuck yeah, why not?
Loads, if you don't mind.
I don't understand how that is even broached.
Yeah.
How fucked up it's how bad are things going? It was like, yeah, I'll smoke a little meth with you. I don't understand it.
Yeah. The whole scene just you already have to have a predisposition to be a shitty individual.
I guess.
And I'm sorry, I will automatically judge if you have meth in your system. I automatically judge.
As I think you should.
I've never seen anything positive come out of fucking meth.
Yeah. It's like you never see the headlines in Forbes. Somebody new joins the billionaire club thanks to meth. I mean, you don't see it. You don't fucking see it.
No, or like man high on meth saves child drowning in river. Yeah. It doesn't fucking happen, man.
It's just, I mean, and so on one end, it's like, well, this is fucking heartbreaking. But on the other, it's like, well, you clearly have fucking made some horrible choices in your life.
Yeah. And sadly, meth is one that's pretty goddamn difficult to dig out of.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I assume the recidivism on that shit's like 99%.
Oh, God. It's the turnaround rate has got to suck cock.
I mean, if you've done it once, you're probably going to do it for the rest of your life.
And if you already know you have an addictive personality, you should stay away from that shit.
Man, it was like I said, kind of fucking heartbreaking on one side of it, and on the other side, it's like, well, this is all on you, though. You know, this is clearly something you did,
and your choices led you before me today, looking like shit.
Man, I mean, and I saw her like probably 3 or 4 years ago, and didn't look that goddamn bad. But man,
well, meth will accelerate the shitty look of yourself pretty quickly.
Man, I mean, looks like she probably could have got a cast as an extra on Walking Dead, and wouldn't need a lot of time in makeup either.
God damn. Well, that's like when the fucking metal is being pushed out of your fucking pores on your face. That's where they get the sores from, because it's like when they dissolve the battery shit in there.
I don't even know. I know Sudafed goes in it, right?
Yeah,
that's about all I know.
Well, I learned this from certain classes I had to take for breaking the law. Not meth related though. It's fucking metal coming out of your skin.
Good Jesus, man!
Like you're smoking metal.
And I
which sounds cool.
I firmly believe that's definitely a thing, because, man, I used to work with fiberglass back when I was in the Corps. Had to do a lot of fabrication work and shit like that. So I'd have to sand down a lot of fiberglass and shit like that. Well, fiberglass at its core are basically, it's a bunch of little small, tiny little angel hair, fucking little odds and ends and things like that.
That's why it itches when you fucking touch it without a glove.
You know what I mean? And we weren't really huge up on a lot of the safety shit in the late 80s, early 90s. So, I wasn't exactly using full mask. I mean, I used a dust mask, maybe. Well, then for like fucking 10 years after I'd got out of the Corps, I'm still getting like fucking like little tiny little bump. And I'd go to picking at it, there's a little fucking hair in there, a little fiberglass hair. It's exiting the system. So
wow,
and that went on for like a decade, man.
Yeah, meth is the same way. See, you basically were a meth head.
Not really, but okay. I'd appreciate the effort.
Yeah, well, I always try to paint you in a dim light.
Yeah, I get it.
And I fail every time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Only when I'm right.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's the start of my vacation today, so we'll see.
Summer Kevin.
Well, and I got to say that it might be the summer of Kevin, but the July of fuckery might have come to its end, maybe, because all the shit that went wrong I've been bitching about over the last 2 weeks is finally like fucking back.
Good, yeah.
Central air got put
You'll
in.
notice it's a little quieter this round.
Yeah, there's no fans running all over the fucking room to try to keep it down to a steady 90 degrees.
Diesel engine of an AC fucking pumping out the breeze,
Well, and I got to say, the timing was great, because it's been like, well, they fucking forecast like 101, 102. They're lying. It's 104 right now.
That's what my vehicle's said on the way over here.
Almost sunset, So, and then you always get dicks that are like, oh, well, it's worse in Florida. Yeah, but you chose to move there.
Yeah, so, you knew what it was like.
Yeah. Don't give me that fucking nonsense like, and 100% humidity, and it's just like Florida. Yeah, go fuck yourself, because you chose to live in the penis-shaped state.
That's right. In the penis-shaped state where everyone goes to die. Boca Raton.
The state that is basically pointing a big old wang at Cuba.
A craggy wang at that.
Yeah, a little bit. With some crazy fucking citizens, but... I mean, swear to God, get on Google. If you're looking for some fun shit to do, get on Google, type in Florida man, and look at the results that come up.
Florida man.
It is ridiculous. Yeah,
just Florida
have
man?
That shit up. Bring it up. Just type in, go to Google, type in Florida man, and just look at some of the headlines. Don't open links. Just the goddamn headlines alone.
All right.
Just for a
man.
lark. Yeah, just for a lark.
And the images?
Well, that's a whole different fucking search right there.
Florida man masturbating Walmart parking lot.
Yep.
Florida man allegedly cut neighbor's penis off.
Yep.
Huh.
It's a thing, man. It's so I mean, if you're ever bored sitting around, like try to kill time, whip out your smartphone, laptop, whatever you're doing, just type in Florida man in Google.
Florida man goes to strip club, leaves severely autistic child, young girl home alone.
It's just that's one of the 50 states. That's the crazy thing.
Florida man breaks into home, cuts man's penis, and flees?
Yeah.
Well, now we got one heroic Florida man rushes into neighbor's home and fights fire. That was pretty positive.
Probably on meth, though.
Because he caused it and wanted to go back in, apologize to the homeowner, and get his drugs. That might have been John.
Maybe. I who knows?
I'm going to have to do that when I'm like bored and lonely.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, the images are a whole fucking different thing.
Jeez.
Most of them usually like lineup photos and shit,
Right.
People getting their booking photo,
Those, which are always scary.
Yeah.
There's never anything fun out of those.
If you're Nick Nolte and you're trying to feel better about yourself, do that. Do that, because they're like, oh, goddamn, I didn't look half as bad as some of these fucks.
That was one fucking guy that didn't age well at all, man.
Oh, no.
Nolte, well, Busey.
Speaking of meth, probably.
Yeah. Busey might have had better luck if he hadn't had that motorcycle accident.
Yeah. Yeah, he had kind of a, it was the Mickey, what the fuck?
Buddy Holly.
I was going to go Mickey Rourke. Yeah, I mean, they both of them had a real similar, like traumatic thing that kind of just changed the entire way they looked.
Yeah, but Rourke decided to go with just fucking, like, straight up cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
Where Gary Busey decided to go with straight up insanity.
Like, I'll let Mother Nature tend to this fucking piece of finery right here called my face.
Mickey Rourke turned it into the Wrestler movie, and Gary Busey got 3 seasons on VH1 of like, what was it, Me with Busey or something, Me and Busey.
That is a reality show.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually pretty goddamn funny because you knew Gary Busey was actually fucking crazy.
Well, sure.
And then you find out that fucking guy from The Frighteners and Starship Troopers is his son. Which shouldn't be that big of a shocker because you see that kid's teeth and you're like, you got to be a Busey, my friend. There's no way around it.
They're a genetic giveaway.
Yeah. If you're Clark Gable, you probably got huge ass ears. If you're his boy, if you're Gary Busey's kid, you could probably chew the cock off a rhino.
Boy.
Or an Osmond, either one.
Yeah, Osmonds have big fucking big frontal cortex teeth. Yeah,
and they also like fucking each other as well.
I think so, right?
Yeah, Donnie Maria, I've always heard have well, I mean, brother sister, they probably diddled at least once.
They're from Arkansas. No, they're Utah, right? They're Utah folk,
which I still think makes it a possibility. Utah is a little bit of a weird spot.
It's got a strange streak to it, at least historically. Anyway.
And they've been in Vegas ever since. I mean,
yeah, that can't be good. Like a real Lannister situation going on there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Only they're not trying to take over the world. They just want to be entertaining and loved.
Boy.
And who else can that be said about? Just want to be entertaining and loved.
Fucking everybody that's ever been a child actor, right?
God, that never works out, does it?
Never. Especially if they were a child actor in the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, even now, like. Fucking what's her face from Game of Thrones? As soon as that shit ended, she checked into fucking rehab. Sansa Stark.
Oh, the Sansa chick?
Yeah, was it her that went into rehab?
Nick Jonas?
No, it was Kit Harington.
Yeah, that dude.
Which I mean, he wasn't really what you'd call a child, but he was a fucking teenager when that shit started.
Yeah, and I mean, but if we're being honest, yeah, all of them are going to have a little bit of work for like 2 or 3 years. And then that's it. The gravy train comes.
The only ones that are okay are the ones that had careers before. Like Dinklage, he's going to be fine.
Oh yeah,
he might be able to parlay that into actually more shit.
Yeah, Rory What's-His-Face played the Hound. He'll be fine. That dude was fucking. He was got an obscure Scottish actor before. He can revert right back into being another.
Yeah, the most notable thing I knew him from was Hot Fuzz.
I knew him from being a porridge guy on a Scottish TV commercials.
Now he's just known for being a mean cunt that says fucking all the time.
All the time.
Oh, shit.
But that's the whole thing. You got to know, anything on HBO, that's where the money is going to be. You're not going to parlay that into bigger success.
No.
Look at all these assholes from True Blood. Fucking what are they doing nowadays?
I couldn't point one out.
Yeah.
I couldn't point any of those people out to you.
Anna Paquin. It was like, well...
She's more famous for Rogue, right? Being Rogue in the X-Men movies.
Yeah. I fully expect her to take her True Blood money and like parlay that into a set of titties.
Yeah,
and,
she even got naked in that, didn't she?
Yeah. Oh yeah, several times.
Yeah.
As they made a joke on Family Guy one time, it's like, no, Anna Paquin boob don't count.
I was all right with it.
Well.
It was fine. I wish she'd had like the Rogue.
You cannot go near the YMCA then, my friend.
I wish she'd had the Rogue fucking wig on and the Rogue gloves. It would have been a lot better.
But yeah, that's if you.
But that fucking show was weird anyway.
But you get a show on HBO. Well, all of them are fucking going to be weird in their own way. But I mean, that's it. That's where the money is at. That's not your stepping stone to greatness. That is where your greatness is at.
Sure. Yeah. God, fucking Deadwood gotten 8 Emmy nominations.
I was happy about that.
Me too. I was like, God damn, that's some love.
Yeah.
That's some fucking love right there. And I hope they win at least 1 or 2.
Oh, I'm sure they will, because it's a series that actually finally put a kind of some closure for their fans in it. And if the Academy, or not the Academy, but whoever the fucking not Screen Actors Guild, whoever it is that does all
the Emmy cunts,
the Emmy, the EC, the ECC, the Emmy Cunt Commission.
Damn, how do you apply to be a part of that? Sounds like fun.
But if there's any justice, then yeah, they'll get at least half.
Yeah, well, I think one of them was for like outstanding movie, and like I don't know what movies are movies that are made for TV is my guess.
Yeah,
I can't think of one that did it better. I can't even think of others that would be nominated.
Right. Well,
but I don't really watch TV movies either.
That's the thing. Usually,
I think like Sharknado was a fucking TV movie.
99% of the time we're on fights over here. That's like a weird 1%. It might be fucking like music or something like that, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure. Probably actually those numbers are skewed. It's probably like 80% fights, 20% music. But
yeah. That's a bit more fair. And like the rare drop of some strange gaming opportunity.
Yeah, maybe. But other than that, goddamn, that's it.
We're an either or statement over here.
Oh, well. Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast here on a Friday. First day of vacation I have.
Hey, you enjoying it?
It's all right. To quote my favorite character, probably from most movies, 50 First Dates, the character Ula, I would say, "Oh, Hanale. What's up, cuz? It's a Friday."
Is that the Rob Schneider character?
Yes.
That dude deserves more credit.
For that. He deserved less credit for the whole Deuce Bigelow thing, but the fucking Ula character out of 50 First Dates was pretty awesome.
And the animal wasn't that good either.
I don't know that I actually watched
wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I was actually really big like on Rob Schneider movies in that era, because some of them, like, I actually enjoyed that first Deuce Bigelow for what it was at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like fucking 21, 22.
Yeah.
But it did not age at all. Aged poorly.
And then they decided, hey, let's put out the same movie and just make it set it in Europe, right?
That was the easiest thing to do. Like, do the American Pie movie. Now let's do another one, but we're like in Canada this time.
Right.
Everything's the same, but we're eating fucking cheese curds and gravy, sir.
I hate to call it lazy, but I mean, even the fucking jokes are the same. They're the same. Oh.
Eugene Levy was the best part of those movies anyway.
To the week. First off, before we get into the How's Your Week, the Mead update for this week. As we had, not even implied, as we had stated earlier, Central Air back on the Mead Hall. That means we can start that batch Green Man probably sometime this weekend, probably Sunday. Because now that I can regulate the fucking temperatures a little better. And I don't want to start it tomorrow because it's still going to be another 106 day. So I think probably
really up there shit.
Yeah, so Sunday I think if we can probably, it's supposed to be like 90, 91. Fuck, it's going to drop down to the 80s Monday.
Yeah, the week's supposed to start and be really nice.
So that I'm okay with getting a mead batch started there. And I think before it really kind of ramps back up again, that gives us a full week of that yeast being able to get itself established. So
right. No, man, I mean, the batch one has moved fairly nicely. No complaints on it.
Yeah.
It's about time to... And, I mean, we got Holly King and fucking Troublemaker going. July can go fuck itself, but I think we're going to close the year out pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, because we'll get the Green Man and Troublemaker going, probably even a batch of long ships before the end of the year, I'm guessing. The Holly King is underway, and that one's going to be a superb batch because we started in, February?
It's just been hanging out.
Yeah, and we're not going to do anything with it until late November. So
We haven't even. I mean, we've racked it twice.
I want to say actually once.
Once. And the rest of it's just been chill.
Yeah,
We've never done that.
Right.
With a batch. Shit, by now that thing should be in a bottle.
Right.
But,
yeah, no, absolutely.
But its plan is far more grand.
Yeah, well, and I'm also waiting on the green chilies to come along out of the garden. So
That's gonna be a beauty.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
Those things have taken a little bit of a fucking beating this year too.
Man, it's Mother Nature has just tried to kick my ass every direction this year.
Yeah.
It's been ridiculous.
Oh man, we'll make it. We're gonna make it through.
You go out and sacrifice some shit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, when's the last time we actually sacrificed something to the gods that wasn't a human
aluminum
being?
cans every weekend.
Yeah,
Every weekend.
that's true.
There you go.
Might have to sacrifice a fucking wiener dog next time.
Well, we'll see. He's been well behaved so far on this show. So how's your week?
Been all right. I mean, shit. It was okay. I oddly have nothing to bitch about.
That is a little odd out of you.
Yeah. I mean, about work. I mean, life. Shit. Better fucking start another show.
Yeah. It's outside the scope of anything we do. By the way, you know, our one of the things we like about our friend Seth over in Fort Worth and, well, that area, the old DFW area, because the music he does is a little different. I mean, it's country, I guess. Country folk, maybe, or country, I don't know, doom country. Does that sound about right, maybe? I don't know.
Dune country? That sounds better than playing
country,
it.
Yeah, but the thing is that, you know, the music's real.
Oh, fucking A.
Communicates a message, and that message is not always a real pleasant one. Stumbled on a cat out of Houston this week that's right along those similar lines. And I'd say he's folk country, maybe. I don't know. Matt Harlan. And
you were playing him the other day.
Yeah, Best Beasts is the record came out like a week ago today. You might want to check that dude out if that's kind of your bag. If you're looking for something that's not, if you're looking for a quieter evening but with some crazy fucking lyrics and
quiet
shit like
evening
that.
with a little bit of truth mixed in.
Yeah.
He does look like he's lived a pretty hard life too.
He looks like he's lived everything he sings
Yeah.
about. That's for sure.
And I mean, I can really appreciate that because what else? What better thing to write about than your own experience?
Kind of a crazy album cover too.
Yeah.
Best Beast. It's like a bunch of bababoons playing fucking instruments, and not like
Something Joe Rogan would really dig.
Not in some crazy, weird, whimsical Disney way either. Like
in an oddly scary late 30s Disney kind of way.
Yeah. Probably worth a look. But
Yeah, like that part in Dumbo when everybody starts turning into donkeys.
Yeah, man.
That kind of shit.
Wait, that's.
Which,
Yeah,
by the way-
Disney used to actually
Yeah.
have a. Nowadays, it's all about trying to make sure everybody's included, an inclusive atmosphere that for children of all ages, adults of all ages, nobody's going to get angry. You look at the shit they did in the 30s. It's hard to
Dumbo-
believe that's the same fucking organization there.
Dumbo is a scary fucking movie for a kid.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're just too fucking just having a good time watching a cartoon, you won't notice just how fucking scary this movie is.
Disney actually they stayed pretty near the edge for a very long time,
Yeah.
all the way from the 30s all the way up until like the late 60s when they cranked out that Robin Hood movie.
Shit, yeah.
You know, I mean,
When they started getting like the Brad Jones guy, I think, animating shit. The guy that did Sword and Stone.
yeah. Look at the original Cinderella. If the end of that fucking thing, the last 20 minutes, it doesn't scare the shit out of you. I don't know what's wrong with you. Snow White. Fucking, I don't think I ate an apple for like a year. You know,
I won't sleep that long. Fuck that shit.
it's so then that and it's so to look at it in today's environment, it's like, oh, it's the Disney princesses. Well, okay, but I know
Yeah.
what the roots of this whole fucking story was on that one and that one and that one.
And you still get some of the darkness with like Pixar movies. You know,
A little.
you watch Up.
Yeah, I mean,
And that movie
you'll catch
deals.
a hint, but it's nothing pervasive.
It's not dark. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, dark's the wrong word. Real.
Yeah, and then they'd had that one robot one that I
Wall-E.
I just checked out from that shit.
That one's actually more depressing because that seems to have a little bit more truth to it. I mean, fuck the little garbage collecting robot. It's all the fat people in the goddamn hovercrafts fucking just face to the internet, not even talking to nobody.
Yeah.
That's a bit more the reality they scrape in that.
Yeah, well, but I mean, there's more reality coming out of a Pixar movie than, say, Avatar, where you're sitting around the whole movie wondering how you go about banging a blue woman.
I was like, God, am I really attracted to blue women now? Shit. Well, Mystique was always my bitch.
Well, match the color of the balls.
That's true. That's true. Old fucking, who did she used to be married to? John Stamos.
Yeah. Yeah, Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah, Rebecca Romaine lettuce.
Pulled that Stamos right out of her.
Ah.
The phrasing on that was a little dubious, yeah?
It was a bit of a stretch, but it still sounded awesome. Yeah. I give it 4 wet kisses.
There you go. So, yeah, the vacation week has arrived, which normally is fun and hijinks. Not so much this time, but gotta fucking see the dentist on Monday, and I gotta go to the fucking VA on Tuesday.
Damn, back-to-backer.
Yeah, and shit, I don't know if the VA one's bad enough. I might be there Wednesday, too, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it
RA stuff?
Fucking bastard. Bastard RA.
Yeah. So before any of you start going, hey man, I heard you're on vacation. Nah, knock it off. It's not fun and games this time. So
yeah, it's actually more like a work vacation.
It's
a preventative maintenance on yourself vacation.
If I was a real asshole, I would have just told my fucking employers like, no, I got to take these days off because I got this appointment, that appointment, and I'm just not going to be able to make it, and then take my fucking vacation elsewhere. You know.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess the responsible employee side of me went, no, man, it's too much shit over the course of a week. I'll just go and take it off.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, shit like that'll be your undoing.
Yeah.
Being a good guy will be your undoing.
That's, and you're not fucking wrong. You're not wrong. Because really, the only person who's going to be looking out for you in any workplace, anywhere on earth, unless you're your own fucking boss, you're really capitalism requires them to fucking basically work your ass to as much as they can with giving you as little pay. There's some shit from like the 1600s called the Malthusian, the Iron Law of Wages by Thomas Malthus. It's Malthusian economics at best. Yeah. And that is, if you pay the sons of bitches as little as you can, but they still show up to work, there you go. You found your balance in the economic process.
You know you're paying just right.
Yeah. I mean, you pay them too little, they won't show up to work. They'll go elsewhere. Pay them too much, you're fucking going to have calculated losses on your P&Ls there. Mm-hmm. You pay them just enough to where they show up. That's all you got to do.
It's sad but true.
Yeah, man.
Even today.
And you'd think, oh, well, that was way back in the 1700s. Fucking no worries. Well, no, because that's the basis of the capitalist economic system. I mean, and I'm not going to espouse some bullshit about socialism or anything else. I'm not. It's just a little fucked that's kind of the way that the system has to be. And
it works as well today as it did then.
But it is funny, though, because then, as it turns out, if you give people time off and you pay them more, then you have more loyal workers and they work a little harder.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
That's the thing. You gamble and fucking treat a handful of them good. One of them's going to fucking come up and be your goddamn knight.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is certainly a corollary to the Iron Law of Wages.
Sometimes if you're not a cunt... and maybe fucking treat people how they're worth, you might actually get a fucking lifer out of it.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. If I knew I could have one job for life, I'd be cool with it. Like I wouldn't have to, this is going to be your job for life.
If you knew they're always going to look out for you, always make sure that a cost of living raise was in place.
Fuck yeah, be like, look, hey, rent's like $900 a month now. Like, cool, all right, we'll make the adjustments and deal with it appropriately.
Yeah.
Bitchin'.
But the problem is that's really not the society we live in. It doesn't, business, unfortunately, the majority of them look at it and go, no, we're good. We're going to freeze the wages where they're at because we're making money now.
Yeah. Like my job, I have actually 2 raises coming, but they've all been fucking frozen until this minimum wage increase kicks in.
Dicks. Yeah, hey, enjoy your fucking raise. Yeah, which then it'll be a mandated minimum wage.
I didn't get them. So once that happens, then I'll get my 2.
That's what I mean. But it's gonna be a hey, here you go. I'm like, fuck, that's barely above minimum wage.
Yeah, Well, fuck, man. If they would pay that, see, but that's the thing. I might actually have leverage at that job because now with everything they're having us do out there, this whole food prep bullshit for breakfast, it only falls on one fucking shift, and that's mine.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even Allsup's and fucking Stripes and all these places have to have 2 people.
Exactly. And they're probably going to pay a little bit better, which means the hotels are going to pay a little bit better too.
Yeah.
And fucking if I can go start anew somewhere else for $9.50 an hour.
God, It just seems like it's fucking low ball, dude.
Well, it's the hospitality biz, man.
Yeah.
They pay their fucking employees like shit, and they make all their money on the rooms.
Well, you could be laying pipe, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Yeah. It paid better than the hotel business, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like they're looking for like pipe fitters and shit like that down in the oil fields, starting at $20 an hour. Yeah, I know, but
fuck that.
But first of all, you're working your ass to death, and number two, you have to live there in order to be able to work there. So all of that. You talk about capitalism gone awry. Look at the whole oil field from Hobbs all the way south into the Permian Basin of West Texas.
All you see are fucking camper trailers, fifth wheels.
Yeah, and these fucks are paying an exorbitant, a king's ransom just to park their shit there. So who the fuck's making money? Well, the people that own that shit that have been there forever.
Yeah. And guess what? All the hotels, can't get a hotel there for cheap, no cheaper than probably $1.80 a night.
Yeah.
But guess what they're paying the fucking workers?
Oh, the same.
About $8.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Ownership. So it's greed at work.
Yeah.
You can hate it, but you can't argue with it.
But people always try to make an excuse, though, by saying, well, the oil industry is so boom and bust that, when times are good, somebody's got to make money. Yeah, but it's very few people that ever do make the money. The rest of people have really very little to show for it because, again, their cost of living in order to be able to work there and get a $30 an hour job, that shit all gets eaten alive by the fucking rents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shit cycle. That's all it is. See, it's better when we have shit to bitch about like in our own personal lives because then we expound on the whole fucking creature altogether,
Well, let's move on to the metal side. Our guy that was supposed to be getting us the updates.
God damn it. He's a little behind, but I was told next Friday.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, it'll be cool. It's a new segment coming of and probably one of the most popular people we've got that's appeared on this show. It's going to be handling our new music anyway.
Music that you wouldn't music that we wouldn't catch.
Right.
Yeah, which is always good.
That's the beauty. Because the problem is you and I fucking think a lot alike. We kind of enjoy the same shit. So then when we're trying to break down things musically, it's like, well, fuck, we're just agreeing with each other on everything.
Exactly. There's not a whole lot of debate.
So anyway, we'll get the lowdown next week. So
yeah, all that kinky butt sex you could require.
I didn't know about that, but okay.
Well, apparently this guy we're talking about has that band name as well.
Oh, okay. So metal side, really, there are some new releases this week, but we kind of went on a ramble here. So.
Honestly, I just kind of looked at the genre. I was like, nope, shit. Sabaton. All right, cool.
Scott Stapp has got a new release today. Sum 41 has got a new release today. If you care about any of that shit, which frankly
tough for me too.
That's a tall task right there.
It really is. I didn't even know Scott Stapp's still musically active. I thought that dude was in like AA somewhere. Still, to this very day. Alter Bridge is still doing a thing and just as popular as Creed, if not even a little more.
Yeah.
And that's basically 3/4 of Creed.
The fucking guitar player. He's with Alter Bridge.
Tremonti,
right?
yeah.
God,
and he's a damn good guitar player.
Yeah. Talk about talent being wasted.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dude, but the funny thing is, his solo thing that he does, Tremonti, dude doesn't have a bad singing voice at all.
Right.
Kind of like almost Monty Pittman Chuck.
Yeah. No, you'd turned me on to him here like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. I was actually I was happily surprised at how well the dude could sing and write a song. I knew he could shred. He played PRS. If you're playing a PRS, you're probably a shredder. Or a cocksucker.
Yeah, there you go.
Or shredding cocksucker.
Right. That's actually one of the good news, the good things that came out of all of this, because with getting basically a whole bunch of shit rewired here in the meadery and new AC up and going, that's fine. But I was actually able to crank on my gear, my whole rig for the first time in over 2 weeks yesterday.
Yeah.
Of course, then as luck would have it, the fucking RA was in my left wrist yesterday, so I kind of kept it down to about a half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. But nonetheless, though, that was. I hate to say it, but it is. I felt like I was getting dumber as far as like a lot of things I'd been working on musically. Felt like it was slipping away. It felt like it was getting eroded into the ether.
Mm. Well, getting fucking driven down in the dirt as much as you have with all the shit that's gone wrong in the house. Last thing you want to do is fucking pick up a guitar.
Well, I could Sure, I thought about it. I could run an extension cord I knew came off of a different circuit and try to fucking make it work that way. And sure, I could pick up an acoustic. And actually, I did a couple of times, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, you're not going to do it for very long.
Right.
I mean, even like the mandolin, you pick up plink on it 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And you're not going to go down a road. You're going to fucking play something you probably know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll find things every once in a while. But then the problem is with the mandolin, though, I will immediately go, I wonder how I can pull that off on the guitar. And I'll fucking immediately do that. So
the gateway drug.
It's, yeah, I mean, everything I do on the mandolin's getting cannibalized, you know.
Right.
But so I'm good with metal for this week if you want to move on to the MMA side, unless you got something here.
There is a huge bit of news that I just finished kind of reading while we were chatting. Fucking Chris Adler has left Lamb of God.
Oh, wow. Well, we kind of knew that was coming, though,
actually,
right?
well, it had gone from Adler being in a motorcycle accident and having to he couldn't drum.
Yeah.
Didn't know if he was going to come back at all. To him being on the road to recovery, to him playing a show with a supergroup thing. And now, like, we're here today, Lamb of God just like, well, we're not. He's not here anymore. Here's this guy though. This guy that's been doing it since he's been gone.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't you admit that's probably the better way to do it? You aren't courting controversy if you do it that way.
That's true, but I mean, a guy that's been in your band since its inception,
right?
The only thing that is said about him in this blurb about the new drummer, which by the way is at the bottom. We would like to thank Chris Adler for his contributions over the years and wish him the best in his future endeavors. Sounds like the dude worked at Whole Foods.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
which tells me there's some goddamn sour grapes in there somewhere.
They didn't replace him with Steven Adler, did they?
Oh, shit.
We did an Adler.
That's funny. I didn't even make that correlation at all. They might be brothers.
I don't
That might
know.
be a shitty uncle.
Maybe. I legit don't know.
Well, Chris Adler got most of the all his shit came from accidents, not from doing drugs.
Well, I was going to say Steven Adler shit's all like strokes from having drugs, yeah?
Strokes from coke.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the most played fucking metal bands on fucking Spotify. I quit looking at the list when number one said AC/DC.
Yeah. No, that's... I don't know where this became the thing that they're the quintessential heavy rock band of all time. Dude, it weirded me out. I went to the gas station the other day and I pull up and there is like an old 80s beater car.
I was about to say, and there he is, Brian Johnson.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was about to say, you motherfucker.
Selling gas. But no, I mean, but it was,
you need a beer or anything on me?
Nah, mahalo. No, I'm good. But no, man, it was like a couple of teenagers and this old piece of shit like Buick from the 80s, but they were cranking AC/DC. It's like these fucks are like 16, 17 years old. Where does that come from? Clearly, bad parenting, I'm assuming. But.
Bad parenting or shitty older drunken brothers.
Yeah. I guess that is the chain. Here, 100 years from now, when I've been long dead and gone, motherfuckers are still going to be banging that shit out at their proms and stuff.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, it'll be
because it's teenager music, if we're being honest.
It is. Oh, to the nth fucking degree.
If you're in your 40s and you're cranking AC/DC...
Your ass better have seen him live when Bon Scott was still around. You have to have a damn good reason to be a lifelong AC/DC fan.
It better be more than just like, well, they're cool.
I don't know why. I just like them, bro. You need to reset yourself, son.
Maybe, yeah.
And that might piss a lot of people off because I
no,
guarantee you we are the minority on that.
We're going to get fucking thumbs down on that shit.
Bring it, you cuck-sucking, ball-washing bastard.
But then again, I don't know. We've been fucking trying to get thumbs down on people for a while.
That's true. I mean, we've been trying to get people to hate us, and I mean, we're too enjoyable.
We're too loved.
Too enjoyable.
We're too integrated into the modern human household.
Why don't we go and see what's going on the Chingasso aspect of life?
To the MMA side, where we've been celebrating John Jones's birthday. Not the same way he does, but...
Yeah, I wasn't able to find any coke.
Cocaine and dick pills.
Yeah, and I nearly fucking hit a vehicle on the way over here, but it would have been their fault, not mine. Cocksucker coming out of Chalk Hill Road while I'm fucking coming down the road here.
Yeah. Well,
I should have just gunned it. I was like, I got insurance, full coverage. Blank!
It's Friday. People don't look.
Yeah, they don't fucking
Imagine that shit. We live in a very unpopulated area. Imagine that shit in like the big city.
Well, I can.
The big shitty of Albuquerque. Or
But
city,
at least I get
yeah.
to drive and be as much of a dick as they can. Around here, it's fucking like abrupt, and all of a sudden. So going back, we had made some picks last week.
Oh yeah, we were spot on.
Both of us decided to go Bektik Simon Ladd, and before UFC Sacramento, you were fucking undefeated 3-0. I was 2-1 because I picked home. I was stupid.
Yeah, but that was too weird because I'm almost always wrong. So
yeah, well, you were always wrong on this one, as was I. Because currently you are 3-3, and I'm rocking a losing record of 2-4. Feels good to be smart, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the danger. If you have the same picks I do, you might want to go back and take a look because
Well, I mean, Bektik got floored.
My superpower is being wrong most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, Bektik got floored. Simone got fucking beat by Buttched.
Yeah.
And we probably, even though we aren't huge fans well, we're not fans at all of Durandamy, we should have picked her because of that fucking weight cut.
Well, my problem is Herb Dean stopped that way too fucking early.
Yeah.
Aspen Ladd, I mean, she was getting ready to defend herself right as he jumped in and waved that fight off after she kind of got popped. I legitimately think that was way too early. Man, stop that shit on heavyweights because you know why? They're throwing thunder. These are chicks at 135.
Yeah, and Durandamy's not really known for
power, no.
Not anymore.
She's known for hitting fools after the bell, but I mean...
Yeah, and those hurt. Those hurt. But, I mean, the fights last week were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And the fights this week are pretty good as well. Just quickly run down the prelim card, which this is an entire ESPN card.
Yeah.
Which you would think it would have a little more firepower on it, which it does. It does have firepower, but not for being like a flagship show outside of a pay-per-view. Because the ESPN cards are right below the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Pay-per-views, ESPN cards, fucking ESPN Plus cards.
Which
That's
is funny
hierarchy.
because actually ESPN Plus ones I kind of look forward to now, which I did not used to do on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
And I hate to fucking give them anything, but the Evil Empire, they did it right. ESPN Plus is basically like just south of 4K.
And there's no stutter.
Oh, man.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. Whenever we buy pay-per-views, they all look amazing. Last time we bought pay-per-views looked that great, it was
and
on the PS4.
And ESPN Plus. Those two. So an ESPN card is going to be a little fucking downgraded. Well, a lot downgraded because we're not going to be able to grab that. We're not.
Well, we're going to go to London and watch it on Sky.
Yeah, but man, it's just so whenever I do see an ESPN Plus card come up, I get actually a little more excited than I should because we know it's going to probably be relegated to some lesser fights.
Right, but now, totally forgot we could watch Contender Series. That was pretty fun to break out on a Thursday.
Yeah, well, it's the Tuesday night, Dana White's Tuesday night Contender Series, but we were able to catch up on that last night. Some really good fucking fights. I don't know. Going forward, I might be cool with doing that on Thursdays. Who knows?
Fucking have some fights on, bitch about the day and the week.
Yeah,
I think it's all right. Fucking fried gold, if you ask me.
That's probably why we're so goddamn nice today. Is because we already got the violence, out of our system and yelling about shit and everything else. And then here it is a Friday, and it's like, oh, well, I got nothing left.
You go back and listen to Thursday podcast. If it's a Thursday show, someone's going to be angry about something.
That's a fact.
Let's see. Ray Borg fighting Gabriel Silva. This might be Ray Borg's first fight back since the old fucking handcart accident. Incident.
Well, maybe.
Roxanne Modafferi, the girl that fought Nico Montano at the Ultimate Fighter finale for the flyweight belt. Fighting Jennifer Maia at a catchweight of $129. They don't fucking plan catchweight fights. That means somebody blew weight.
Somebody absolutely just sucked ass and came in.
And I want to say it's not Roxanne. It was Maia. It was the Brazilian.
There you go. Well, that's what they're good at. Stay with your strengths, right?
Smiling Sam fighting a guy without a Wikipedia, which. I mean, I'm going to pick Sam Alvey all the time just because I have to. It's
Is this middleweight?
Light heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not going back to middleweight. Can't do the cut anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard cut, man. There are some murderers at fucking 185.
Fighting Klitzen Abreu.
Klitzen
Abreu.
There you go.
I don't know what the origin of that name is. It's going to close out with Bruce Leroy fighting Stephen Peterson at featherweight.
Haven't seen him fight in a hot minute.
Yeah. He's one guy, he's kind of like a Clay Guida. He's always going to have a job because he has fans.
Yeah. Alex
And
Caceres
why, I
is,
don't know. It's not like he's a success.
Did Caceres fight in the WEC?
No, that dude was on The Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
And
I know
made
it seems like he's been just ubiquitous for...
he's been around the UFC for probably over a decade.
Yeah.
He's been, I mean, it's funny to think that guy is a company man, but he is.
Yeah.
He has a job based off the fact he has personality and a fan base. And we open up.
Biggest froze in the game.
I decide, again, we're going to pick 3 fights off the main card.
Okay.
Making picks off of them, which I think you'll enjoy my selections. This first one, the opener, we're not going to use. Andrei Arlovsky fighting Ben Rothwell at heavyweight.
Well, yeah.
I mean, who cares? Who knows? Who cares?
Flip a coin. Yeah.
At lightweight, this one might be a little interesting. Alexander Hernandez fighting Francisco Trinaldo. Again, I chose not to make this a fight to make picks on because I feel like, one, we're both going to pick Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah.
Even though you can't judge him off of him fucking getting totally obliterated by Cowboy in his last fight.
Right.
Everything before that, dude is looking great. So I have no doubt in my mind he'll rebound from that Cowboy fight and probably beat the brakes off Trinaldo.
Yeah. Well, Trinaldo's been struggling for a while now. You know.
Now here's a fight we're going to be making picks on. At lightweight, James Vick fighting Dan Hooker. Old James, dude might need to take up a job in Vegas being a bookie.
Yeah, no, he's really good at his picks, Vic's picks on Twitter. But dude always looks impressive in Texas, and this fight happens to be in San Antonio. Yeah. So
he did beat Trinaldo in Austin.
Yeah,
we were happy enough to see that happen.
Yeah, so I got Vic,
which was supposed to be his coming out party,
right?
And it didn't happen. And then right after that, Gaethje knocked him out,
right?
And then after that, he lost to Felder in February. So if
I think
Vic
is
needs
a solid. I think he's a solid 10 spot guy. But I mean, to start trying to think he's going to make some kind of a push toward the championship, I think, man, he needs to get himself reestablished, and you can do that if you're fighting in your home state, especially if you call yourself the Texecutioner. So
right, yeah, right. Dan Hooker, outside of a loss to Edson Barbosa, he's knocked out Ross Pearson. He's tapped out Dia Casey. He's knocked out Jim Miller. He's knocked out Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, those guys are all pensioners, right?
Well, I don't think Dan Hooker's no spring chicken himself. Well, he's a 29-year-old New Zealander, so he might be like 38.
Yeah, that's like 38 in normal years. Yeah,
I've lost confidence in James Vick as a fighter, not as a fucking guy that is that makes picks. I actually really enjoy that aspect. He seems to have a really good brain for it.
Right,
but. And I hope he proves me wrong, but I think Dan Hooker is probably going to finish the job here late.
I think Vic gets a submission late. So
right.
I mean, there's one we can disagree on already. So
well, I've been burned many times. I've been burned many times by this motherfucker. I mean, he fought Gaethje, and I honestly thought Vic was just going to beat the shit out of him.
No.
Because Gaethje had been a fucking punching bag for the last 2 fights.
Yeah.
And this is one where Gaethje just comes out of nowhere and fucking obliterates him.
Right.
After that, and again, this is another fight that I felt like we're not going to give this any time. Fucking Greg Hardy fighting Juan Adams because I think Juan Adams is going to crush him. Old Mexican sloth is going to get the job done against the wife beater or girlfriend beater, the lady beater.
Yeah, well, you're putting me in a weird spot because if I wanted to be just arbitrary about it and just disagree just for the sake of disagreeing, that means I'm taking an asshole like that. So. I'll be
I wouldn't even pick Greg Hardy if he had the skill to do it.
Yeah.
The dude doesn't. He's a fucking one punch guy.
And there was one time that one punch actually landed really flush. But man, he's a little scattered on. I don't like his striking.
Yeah,
and striking's the only thing he has.
And if that fight don't end in the first round, you got a tired, gassy, big motherfucker that can't throw that power anymore.
Yeah, no, count me in for one. Yeah.
Co-main event, which we'll be making picks on. Alexei Olenek fighting Walt Harris at heavyweight.
Man, every time I pick against Walt Harris, I regret it. So, but Alexei Olenek, though, I mean, that dude has been straight murdering fools, though.
Yeah, he did get popped for gas after the Arlovsky fight.
Yeah,
a fight he won,
Yeah, God damn it. I'll take Walt Harris, but I think I think that one's going to be a boring fight. I bet it is because I think they match up pretty close.
Well, Lenyuk isn't what you'd call boring. Outside that, I mean, the Overeem fight, he got TKO'd, but the Mark Hunt and Junior Albini fights, dude, they were both.
Walt Harris that clinch game will wear fools.
You don't
out.
think we're going to see an Ezekiel choke?
No.
I think we're going to see another Ezekiel choke.
Now, I will say this: if it goes to the ground, look out if you're Walt Harris. That thing goes to the ground at all.
57-12, man.
Yeah.
Which is a ridiculous record to have as an MMA fighter.
Sure. Well, yeah, but I mean that's what you get if you're Russian or from Thailand.
So you got Harris.
Walt Harris by a decision.
I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm really hoping Olenek wins. I'm going more with my heart than my brain on this one.
Okay.
I mean, he lost to a man named Godbeer. Whatever happened to that fucking guy?
Probably cut. There's been a lot of people cut.
That's true.
This Tuesday Night Contender Series is keeping new blood pumping.
I know,
through
fucking
constantly.
4 guys getting jobs,
Yeah.
which is great. I mean, I'm fine with that.
That means 4 guys got to go.
That's true, and then they're going to go diddle kids in Castle Rock.
Oy. That's probably the 8th oy you've got out of me today. You've been a little on your game today, son.
I've been burning people. The main event of the evening. RDA, Rafael dos Anjos fighting Leon Edwards, welterweight.
I have a weird interest in this one, and the fact that I want to see Leon Edwards get a win because I think that almost automatically sets up a Masvidal fight.
Oh, dude, does it ever.
But I don't have a lot of faith in Edwards, though. But then again, RDA hadn't looked like the RDA at 155 when he was just dusting fools.
Well, when he lost to Covington and Usman.
Yeah.
That almost set him back like Damian Maia losing when he was getting title shots. Ooh. But then he fucking came back and finished Kevin Lee and shut him the fuck up at 170. And Leon Edwards, I wouldn't be surprised if the winner of this did get Jorge. Because how much damage did Jorge wear in that fucking Askren fight other than maybe a bruised knee?
Yeah. Might have. But I got a little dinger on his knee there. You know,
yeah, little softball in that knee.
Trying to murder Ben Askren with a flying knee. Yeah.
So I would not be shocked to see with welterweight, you know, Kamaru needs to fight.
Yeah.
Needs to defend that belt.
So, wow. Where are these guys in the rankings anyway? I don't think Leon Edwards was very high.
I think they're both actually pretty close. Let me pull up.
Well, the reason I ask is because I think Masvidal, with that knockout of Ben Askren, I think he did himself a lot of favors. Because realistically,
huge.
I don't know that he would fight either one of these fools. I think he actually might be elevated well above them, and in order to actually set up a fight with either one of them would actually kind of downgrade his shit just a little bit.
And anytime you beat up someone Dana hates, you're going to get treated well.
I legit think that Masvidal might be looking at one more fight and then a title shot.
See, RDA is ranked 4th.
Oh.
And Leon Edwards is ranked 12th.
Okay. If RDA gets the win, I think that becomes an eliminator.
Yeah, because we already got Colby fighting fucking Lawler next week, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's been some speculation they would leapfrog Masvidal over fucking Covington.
Well, Masvidal's ranked 3rd in the world right now. 1 behind Colby. And Colby already has a fight lined up with someone that, even if he does win that fight, he might be out for a little bit.
How do you think do you think they go ahead and give Masvidal that title shot immediately and set something up for late in the year? I mean, I think dude does want to have another fight just to keep himself in fucking condition because Kamaru is not going to be able to, lace him up until late 2019.
Yeah, but I don't want to see him on the fucking shelf too much with that new belt.
Yeah.
Because all it's doing is giving Woodley more time to fucking get ready for a rematch that he would fucking be thrown in if the timing is right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, Jorge just fought. Let's say Leon Edwards wins, and Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards gets announced, and Robbie Lawler beats Colby. Lawler's too low in the rankings to warrant a title shot at that point. You'd have to give it back to Woodley. Because Woodley's ranked number 1 still.
Yeah, maybe. Unless you make Masvidal Woodley.
Woodley wouldn't want that. It'd be another. Well, I don't think Jorge would allow him to run away like he did in the Thompson fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not like he's going to be shooting for takedowns. If it goes to the ground, he's going to be comfy.
Yeah,
that's for goddamn sure. I'm going Leon Edwards. I want Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal. I want it.
Yeah, but if he's 12th and Masvidal's already up to third or
well,
second,
if
second or third.
Leon Edwards beats RDA, he'll be a lot higher in the rankings.
Maybe. But you got to keep somebody active, and I think Masvidal is on a pretty good pace at about 3 fights a year, 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
and
where he needs
finishing
to
fools
be.
in the first round.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't really get suspended medically.
Yeah.
So I'm going Edwards.
I'll go RDA just for argument's sake, I think, because I'm not a big fan of either one of those guys.
Well, I'm a fan of RDA's, but I think his time has passed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once he'd made that move out of 155, I think that kind of really ended what he had really going for him. But
I agree.
All right.
Which is a sad thing because there's not a lot of fucking Brazilians I enjoy.
Yeah. No,
and
that's
RDA
true.
is one of them.
Yeah.
There are more Cuban fighters I enjoy than Brazilians.
You're
I
fucking
count
square
Yoel
on
as
there,
3
yeah.
people.
As you should. As you should. All right, let's get to the picks.
Fucking drinking Budweiser. Might have a shot of that Jameson later.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself. I thought, well, why hold back now? You know,
Yeah, it's fucking.
it's time to make bad
It's the
decisions.
summer of Kevin.
It's time to make bad decisions.
Does Jameson equal bad decisions?
Enough of it.
I
yeah.
thought Mescal would.
Enough of it will be. Yeah. Yeah. Budweiser, Jameson, maybe a little mezcal later.
Fucking metal. I'm gonna go to that band that's playing in the back of my mind right now.
Yeah. Oh, Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, I've been feeling that itch today.
Right. Go a little off the wall. Go Trivium this week.
Dude,
Yeah.
if Ruben's listening, you're gonna give him a little.
There we go. I
little
want to get
music
that
boner.
thumbs up.
Little music boner, thumbs up from Ruben Gonzalez.
All right, fights.
Ezekiel choke will happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I bet the main card is really lame, but I bet you the goddamn prelims are fucking just crazy.
The Alex Caceres fight gets fight of the night.
Maybe. You never know.
Some flashy fucking spinning heel kick
Some
knockout
weird,
in the
some
third
weird
round.
flying guillotine or something, you know? All right.
We're not, dude. Fucking Mighty Mouse is gone. We ain't getting that shit no more.
I don't know. If we do, that's the guy to do it, maybe.
I like how we both pick really fancy, rare finishes
Yeah.
via submission.
Right?
Let's go get fucking drunk.
Fuck yeah. All right. Enjoy your Friday, you cunts. See you again next week.
Summer Kevin.
Yeah, it rolls on. And Wicked Garden.